Hey guys, I'm Stevenonps4 and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm just gonna bring a video that was requested by one of my viewers from the last video. So it's basically just a video that he asked for was sort of my sensitivity and the controller I'm using, which is a SCUF, just the setup and also the information surrounding that topics. So yeah, basically we're gonna start with the SCUF controller that I'm using, how I have it set up, what analogs do I have, and just everything about it. So for those of you who are interested in this, do watch this right now. Otherwise, just skip towards the next bit of the video where I'm gonna do sensitivity settings. So guys, I'm playing with a SCUF controller. I recently got it in October for my birthday. So let's get into it. The analogs I'm using. The analogs I'm using is extended analogs. So this is how it looks right there. This is extended analogs that I bought separately for my SCUF controller. So I just put it in. It's a little bit longer from the normal controller. Let me show you guys. As you can see, it's a little bit longer, so it's already extended by itself. And then I even do equip the control freak on the right side of my analog, as you can see. So it is actually really tall compared to some other analogs. I do prefer it like this. It is amazing. I don't recommend it like too long. I don't know if you can make it longer than this, but I really do enjoy this analog as it is. And also the longer one is also extended, but I do not play a control freak on the left side. Then I do have the two pedals at the back. It's pretty hard to see them. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, I'm not going to press them, otherwise it's going to stop recording or so forth. So yeah, this is just the two pedals that I'm using. This is a SCUF controller. It's a EMR SCUF controller. It's the one where you can place the magnet at the back, and then you can configure the pedals to whatever button you want them. Let me show it like I'm going to show it. This lift trigger, I do play the extended trigger on this one, simply because of the reason how I hold my controller. The way I hold this SCUF controller is basically just with my I don't even know what you call this in English, but just with my little fingers. That's the only two fingers I'm currently holding my controller with, and then the right middle finger. So I'm holding my SCUF with this one at the lower, this one, and my right middle finger. That's the only three fingers that I'm actually gripping my controller with, and then the rest goes on buttons. I do press the pedals with my ring finger, I think that's what you call it, and I shoot with my right index finger, and I aim with my left index finger. I did change the buttons in the settings of PlayStation where the button assignment is. So yeah, and this is where I grab my controller. The two ring fingers is doing the pedals. Left side I vault, right side on the pedal I crouch or prone, and then so basically the fact that my right middle finger is holding the controller, I'm not gonna hold with my other right as well. So I'm using the extended one, so I can grip the L2 button much easier and press it much easier because of the way I'm holding my controller. So it makes it easy to throw flashbangs, or just equipping a gadget real quick on Rainbow Six Siege. Some people might say, yeah, it's not worth it, but it's just the way I play it. With this extended one, it's really comfortable. I don't have any problem aiming or just playing properly. So yeah, this is the other thing. With my right, I'm gonna quickly stand up, guys. Just hold on, bear with me for a second. So when I hold my controller, I literally hold my right side with the fingers only, so I can get my thumb on top of the controller like this, and not like most people, like grabbing it from the side. I try to get on top of the analog, so it gives me a really a wiggly or a twitchy feel on the controller. I mean, it's just common physics, whereas if you have to control it from the side, your movement is quite limited in some cases. If you have to you pull it side to side, not necessarily back and forth, but side to side. So that's why I go almost on top of the controller from this position to that position, gripping it with my fingers only and not with my hand. So that is how I play. I don't sit like that. It's just a way to show you guys that I'm going from this to this, you know, based on the hand position. And this is how I get my you know, the twitchy control on my right side analog. Yeah. So this is just the scarf controller info. This is what I'm using. So let's get into the sensitivity settings, guys. Look inversion is disable, vibration disable, vertical 33, horizontal 49, both dead zones left and right 5. Aim assist is not important, that's disabled for terror stunt, and then aim down sights 45 and gadget deployment toggle. And obviously the controller layout is just default because they don't give us a lot of options on Rainbow Six Siege. So vibration. The reason I turn vibration off is simply because of some experience I had on Battlefield, whereas you aim out at a guy, you start shooting, you start shooting back, the controller vibrates a bit, and even in some cases it can maybe throw off your aim just a little bit, not that much, but just a little bit. So I do assume that it's the same on Rainbow Six Siege. I never played with vibration on Rainbow Six Siege. I don't think it's necessary to play on it to have a better experience on the game. I don't think that's important. It's all about getting your aim as good as you can. So just disable vibration. It might just change it up quite a bit for you. So just give that a try, guys. Vertical sensitivity, do remember, guys, this is personal preferences and personal settings or sensitivities. So vertical is 33. I do think that 33 is a pretty good average. I do also think that this is above average based on sensitivities. I do know higher ranked players like diamonds or even competitive players, they do play a bit higher. The reason I don't play too high of sensitivity is because, first of all, it takes longer to warm up your aim. It takes longer to get used to. Even if you already play with that sensitivity for, say, 2 months, you're still gonna have a problem, or you know, it's still gonna be a problem warming up to get used to the sensitivity for that specific day. I know there's some people that I've seen with my own eyes play on high sensitivity, and they actually do really well. I do, however, think that the higher you get into your, or the higher your sensitivity is, the more likely, keep in mind, likely you'll be inconsistent. Simply because of the higher sensitivity. We do not play with mouse and keyboard, so that is there's no precision in analog. I don't care how good you are, I don't care what rank you are, how many tournaments you've won. If you play your sensitivity too high, you will definitely be more likely to be inconsistent from match to match, or even round to round on Rainbow Six Siege or any first-person shooter. So that's why I play on 33. I've tested out many sensitivities. I do think this is a good vertical one. Horizontal as well. I, however, can recommend, if you want to, you know, turn very quickly around or just react towards situations really quickly, I do recommend that you try having a high horizontal sensitivity. Obviously, it's better to have a higher horizontal than a vertical. How much, that depends all on you. I do, however, think that a good average between the two is a 10. Like if you have it on 30 on vertical, you can maybe try 40 on horizontal. I do think that's a really good way to think about it. So yeah, horizontal on mine is 49. In Rainbow Six Siege, you can play horizontal really high if you want to. The fact is, you have to adapt or react to situations really quickly in Rainbow Six Siege. For instance, if they breach next to you, if they try to wallbang you, you either have to turn around, run away, get into cover, or turn around and engage that opponent. So I do recommend try to get a higher horizontal sensitivity, at least above 30. You definitely have to have a horizontal above 30 in Rainbow Six Siege, in my opinion. I'll go over the sensitivities, what I do recommend that you need to try out, that I do think is a good average. This is just my personal settings and also explaining why. Both left and right stick Deadzone is on 5. So if you do not know how to do the setting or what it's really for, I know they do on the right side explain exactly what it is for, but some people, including me at start, did not really understand that. But I'm gonna try and just clear it up a little bit. The Deadzone is as follows. It represents the input that you need to thrust into your analog, for it to actually do something. So in other words, the higher your Deadzone is, the more you have to push or pull on your analog stick to actually make it doing something. So for Rainbow Six Siege, in my opinion, definitely have the left stick on 5. Not necessarily the right, but the left stick, definitely have it on 5. Simply because of the tactic where people quickly peek a corner, go back into cover, quickly peek again, you know, that quick strafe left and right, back and forth the whole time they're doing, and shooting combined. That tactic is really good on Rainbow Six Siege. It's really common to use, so I do recommend play on 5. Get used to it. It's definitely gonna help you be a better Rainbow Six Siege player specifically. The right stick Deadzone, the reason I play on 5 is so that obviously my movement can start counting as soon as I thrust my analog, which makes it easier for me to do precision shooting for drones, for cameras, for headshots. If you do struggle to play on a 5, I still recommend keep it on the 5, but go back to your aiming down sights and put it maybe on 30. This is gonna help you to control that sensitivity much easier, because you have a lower or a slower aiming down sight sensitivity. So I do recommend keep it on 5. If you really can't play with 5, I recommend 6 or 7. If you get above 10, it's just too much, man. It's really too much. Try 6 and 7, 8 at the highest. Do not go above 8. I do know I played on 9 at some stage, but then went back to 8, and then I played tournaments on Rainbow Six Siege with the sensitivity 5 and 8, and it was really good. And later on I got used to 5, and I'm really happy with my 5 Deadzone at the moment. My this is just for Terrasan, disable that for practice. My aim down sight is 45. I used to play tournaments a lot on 33, I can remember, with a Deadzone of 8, as I just showed you guys. 33 or 30 is really low. I don't recommend go anything below 30, since you have to shoot quick operators like, for instance, Ash or Jaeger, Bandit, Capita, all the quick operators that strafes quickly past your optic or your sights. You definitely need to keep up with that speed, and anything below 30, I saw it's really hard to keep up with those operators. So definitely don't go below 30. I do not recommend that. I also don't recommend don't go above 50. It is extremely high to go above 50, guys. I know I played on 50 for some time, not that long. Then I went back to 49, but now I play on 45, simply because 40 is sort of on the higher end of aiming down sight. It's it's also a really good average, and 50 is just it's almost a little bit too high to get a quick headshot. You know, you always just go past the headshot or something like that. So I do play on 45 at the moment. Do keep in mind that I have that extended control freak and the analog on my controller, so it makes it much easier for me to control a 45 than some other players. So do keep that in mind. Let's get into a good average setup I'm gonna give you guys. I do recommend anything from 30 on vertical to 40, not above 50. And I'll tell you why. I actually did tell you guys why, but I'll go over that again. play on 30 on vertical sensitivity. This is just info I'm giving you to try out, not based on my personal settings. On horizontal, we gonna play around 40 to 45, 50 at the highest. You can maybe go 60, but it's maybe a bit too high. Try 50, guys. So play on a 30 on vertical and a 50. Definitely play left stick Deadzone on 5. Right stick, try playing on 7 if you are on maybe 10 or 8. Try put it on 7 or 6. Obviously that's disabled. Put your aiming down sight on 35. I used to play on 35 as well, and I used to play on 33 and 35, but try put it on 35. It's a really good average between 30, which is the slowest I do recommend, and 40, which is a higher average at the end. So do play on 35. I will definitely recommend that. And then obviously, guys, the gadget is toggle. There's just no reason to play the hold gadget. There's no reason. There's so much advantage just playing the toggle. You can cancel anything you do deploy. If you don't want to put power there, just pick it up or cancel it. It doesn't waste any preparation phase time. So the thermite as well. If Bandit is doing the battery trick, just cancel your thermite. You won't get shocked. Your gadget won't get destroyed. Also, if the cluster, you can fake a cluster plant. Like if you plant on the window, plant the cluster, take it off. They spray the window. They open it for you. They expose their position, and there's just so much. Advantages on having a toggle rather than the hold. So obviously I don't recommend the hold. So this is my sensitivity setup, guys. 33, 49, 55, 45. Go try out whatever this info I just given you, on the 30, the 50, the 5, the 7, and the 35 on aiming. Do try that out, guys. If you do have any problem, just leave a comment down below in this video. If you did enjoy this video, guys, leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, however you feel like. And thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.